welcome to Ithaca, New York, Newman Arena Collegiate Gymnastics, where we have a quad meet getting ready to start. We have the teams from Ithaca College, Brockport, SUNY Cortland, and your host school, Cornell University. While these teams are getting ready to march in and get their first touch, we're going to step aside from college gymnastics in Ithaca, New York, and we'll be back after this. And welcome back to Newman Arena in Ithaca, New York, where our first touch of collegiate gymnastics is getting on its way here. We have 4 teams competing. We have the Ithaca College Bombers, the SUNY Brockport Golden Eagles, the SUNY Cortland Red Dragons, and your host school is the Cornell University Big Red. Our first rotation is going to be Cornell is starting on vault. Ithaca College is starting on floor. SUNY Brockport is starting on the balance beam, and SUNY Cortland is starting on the bars. You will notice that each school has 5 athletes up to compete, and then they can have up to 2 athletes also exhibition. These gymnasts have a chance to get out there, get their routines out in front of the judge, get a score, but then it doesn't count towards their team score. This is an optional, of course, solution for the teams, but it's fun to watch. So as they are getting warmed up in their touch, we are going to step aside from college gymnastics and be back right after this. Welcome back to Ithaca, New York. We are in Newman Arena, where we have a very exciting quad gymnastics meet getting ready to start. The last touch on their first rotation is just about wrapping up. So we have Ithaca College Bombers starting on the floor exercise. We have the Golden Eagles from SUNY Brockport starting on the balance beam. And we have the SUNY Cortland Red Dragons starting over on the bars. And your host school, the Cornell Big Red, they are starting their first rotation on the vault. Getting ready to go, that is Sarah Mugan. She's a senior, getting ready to start the Big Red off with a vault. Oh, a couple steps on that landing. Otherwise, a pretty nice vault to start off the rotation. We're taking a quick look at floor exercise. This is SUNY Cortland, and this is Bianca Carr, a junior, on the floor. Nice front tumbling there, a little short on that landing. And taking a look at the balance beam. This is SUNY Brockport, and that's Emmy White. Dismount, back handspring, 1.5 full twisting dismount. She had a little bit of bent knees in there, but still a nice routine. And we are back over on vault. Miranda Lunn is ready to go, getting some last-minute encouraging pep talk from her teammates. Nice vault from Miranda. We're gonna head over to the floor exercise where Megan Bell is just beginning her floor routine. She opens up with some nice front tumbling. Heading over 2 vaults is Regina Watson. Out there, Yurchenko full. Nicely done. Taking a look at beam. Front full for that dismount on beam. That was Maya. She's a freshman for SUNY Brockport. We're taking a look at vaults. Amy Kruger is getting ready to go. She is a junior. Nice Yurchenko full from Amy. Over on the vaults for Cornell University. Let's take a look at bars. We got SUNY Brockport and an unfortunate error. She's gonna rechalk for a minute, kind of collect her thoughts, get back up there to finish her routine. While she's doing that, let's take a look at floor. Back over to floor. Ithaca Bombers. Oh, and she opens up with a nice double tucks. Good height on that. Gorgeous front tumbling. And let's head back to vault where Callista Brady, a sophomore from Barrington, Illinois, is getting ready to go. And we got a Yurchenko 1.5. Big step on that landing. Otherwise, nicely executed vault. And we're taking a look at beam. We have SUNY Brockport competing on beam. Oh, and a gorgeous flight series, handspring layout, no bobbles, very well done. Oh, an unfortunate step off. Let's head to vault. We got Sydney Beers, a freshman, getting ready for the big red. Oh, Yurchenko full with the stuck landing. Nicely done. Let's take a look at floor. The Ithaca Bombers are over again floor. One and a half punch pike. And let's take a look at bars. We got SUNY Brockport on bars right now. Nice half pirouette. Legs came apart, kind of lost her composure there. And she saluted, so that's going to be the end of her routine. And let's take a look at the floor exercise. Oh, some nice front tumbling to open up her routine. About 1.5. And that was Ithaca College on the floor exercise. Let's take a look at beam. We have the SUNY Brockport Golden Eagles competing on balance beam right now. As beam is still getting warmed up, we are going to head to bars. And back over to beam. And here we go. We have a salute from the judge. Back handspring layout for her flight series. She had some bent knees in there, but stayed on the beam. Oh, another nice combination. Setting up for dismount, round off 1.5. That is SUNY Brockport competing on the balance beam. Let's head over to floor. We have the Ithaca College Bombers competing on floor. Let's take a look at beam. cat leap into a side aerial. Very nicely done. Setting up for her flight series. Back handspring, layout, stays on the beam. And a side aerial tucked full for her dismount. So let's watch a couple highlights. Over on floor competing is Ithaca College Bombers. Let's take a look at some replays from the balance beam where the SUNY Brockport Golden Eagles were competing. Nice side summit, couple bubbles. And a nice ganger for dismount. So let's take a look at some highlights from the bars. We had SUNY Cortland Red Dragons starting their first rotation on the bars, on even bars. let's head back over to beam where SUNY Brockport is competing. Quite a big balance break on that flight series, but she did stay on the beam. And a great dismount. And with that dismount off the balance beam, our first rotation has ended. We are going to step aside from college gymnastics here in Ithaca, New York, and we'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Ithaca, New York, Newman Arena. We have a quad collegiate gymnastics, women's gymnastics meet, getting all set for their second rotation. First rotation is complete. We have some scores, some updates. Cornell over on the vault has a score of 48.275. Ithaca College started their meet over on the floor, and they have a team score of 47.225. The Golden Eagles from Brockport started their competition on the balance beam, and they have a team score of 48.600. And SUNY Cortland was on the uneven bars and have a team score of 43.050. Those first touches were complete, and we are heading into our second rotation. The Big Red Cornell University is starting on bars for their second rotation. A junior, Katie Fitzpatrick, is getting ready to go. While we're waiting for bars to begin, let's take a look at the balance beam. We have SUNY Cortland, Grace Gallinger getting us started. Over on bars, a junior, Katie Fitzpatrick. Pirouette, 2, a double tuck dismount. Little step on that landing. Back over to the balance beam to see that dismount. That was very well done. And that was SUNY Cortland over on the balance beam. Grace Gallinger. We're looking at the vault. The Ithaca College Bombers getting ready on vault. This is Megan Bell, sophomore, with a nice laid out Yurchenko to start them off. Manny Wolf, a freshman for the Big Red, is getting ready for her bar routine. Just waiting for that salute from the judge so she can get started. And here we go. Let's take a look at vault. Ooh, excellent amplitude on that Yurchenko double pike. That was Cassidy from Ithaca College, a sophomore. Let's head back over to bars. This is Maddie Wolf, a freshman for the Big Red. Gorgeous Giants to a double lay. Oh, but took a step backward, fell on her knees. Unfortunate fall. Let's take a look at floor. This is Emmy White competing for SUNY Brockport. Round off, backhand spring, 1.5 twist with a punch pike. Nicely done. And a great routine. Over on floor competing is the Golden Eagles from SUNY Brockport. Let's take a look at the Ithaca College Bombers on vault. Great stuck landing. You can tell by her team's excitement that was a job well done. And we are back to bars. Oh, tight with that catch, but a very great recovery. Looking at Laura McKenzie, a freshman for the Big Red. Oh, a little hesitation there. She's got to recover to get over. There she goes. Oh, but too much power. She goes up and over that bars. Comes off. She's going to need to chalk back up, get her concentration back. So let's head to floor. Naomi opens up with a huge double back. Nice front tumbling. Some fun choreography. You can tell she's having a great time out there. And competing on floor, that is Suni Brockport. Let's take a look at beam. Oh, we just saw that flight series take a step off. She's back on. Nice switch leap. Oh, now she didn't come off the beam, but she took a very large balance break. It's almost just as bad. Not quite. And a dismount, struggling to stick that landing. Let's head to bars. Oh, that sky-high release move. Setting up for her dismount. Double laid out. Nice landing. Over to vault. We are looking at the Ithaca College Bombers. This is Jillian Freeman, a freshman. She is getting ready to go. Oh, and a gorgeous front. This vault, we don't see those often, so they're always fun to see, especially when they're well done like that. Taking a look at the balance beam. We have Suni Cortland competing on beam. Let's take a look at bars. Oh, too much power on that cast handstand. She goes over the bars. So as she's rechalking up, let's take a look again at beam where Suni Cortland is competing. Nice dance series. Oh, there's her flight series, nicely done. Gorgeous punch front. Heading up for her dismount, a round off 1.5 twist. Let's take a look at floor where we have the Golden Eagles, SUNY Brockport competing. So let's take a look at bars. We have Melanie Stone, a sophomore, getting ready to go. And there's her mount. Hits her handstand. Nice pirouette. Catches a release right to the low bar. She is looking fantastic. Double back dismount. Small step on that landing. Otherwise, nice routine from Melanie for the big red. Let's take a look at beam, where we have SUNY Cortland Red Dragons competing. Side aerial, a little bit of balance checks. Cat leap into a side aerial, dismount, great recovery. I don't think one of her foots was on that beam as she was getting ready for the dismount. Nice job by SUNY Cortland on the balance beam. Let's take a look at a floor. Whoa, such a high double back pike that she actually took a couple steps. Did happen to go out of bounds a little bit. We're just seeing the end of Maddie's routine on bars. Her team congratulating her. So let's take some look at the highlights from Ithaca College on the vaults. Well, those are the vault highlights from Ithaca College. And we're going to head to bars. Regina Watson, a sophomore for Cornell University, is getting ready. She's just getting ready for the judges to salute so she can mount the bars, get started. Nice to catch heading to the low bar. Oh, hold it. And over the bar. Too much power on that cast handstand. So we're going to look at floor. This is Lexi Castellaneta for the Golden Eagles, with a sky-high double back. And Regina's remounted the bars, finishing off her bar routine. Nice pirouette right to her double back dismount. So let's take a look at the highlights from balance beam. We have the SUNY Cortland Red Dragons on balance beam this past rotation, and here are their best moments. So we are watching Natalie Galotto, a sophomore at SUNY Brockport. She just opened up her floor routine and is off to a great start. Nice 1.5 punch layout, just barely stayed in bounds. Great job on her part. Nice routine from Natalie. She's a sophomore competing for SUNY Brockport. Over on floor, SUNY Brockport, their last competitor, Rebecca Ring. She's a freshman from Louisville, Ohio. Getting ready to start her routine. Opens her routine. Excellent amplitude on that front tumbling. Second pass, some more front tumbling. And with that conclusion of that floor routine, we are halfway through our quad collegiate women's gymnastics meet between SUNY Brockport, SUNY Cortland, Ithaca College, and your host school, Cornell University. As they are rotating events, we're going to step aside and we'll be back right after this. And welcome back to Ithaca, New York, Newman Arena, where the third rotation of this quad meet is just getting started. Touches just almost finished. So who do we have here today? We have the Golden Eagles from Brockport. We have the Ithaca College Bombers. We have the SUNY Cortland Red Dragons and your host school, the Big Red Cornell University. We are beginning our third rotation of this meet. Over on vault, Brockport is competing. On the uneven bars, we have Ithaca College. On balance beam is Cornell University, and on the floor is SUNY Cortland. Some scores to update you from the second rotation. Over on the uneven bars, Cornell scored a 46.625. Ithaca College was on vault and had a team score of 47.275. SUNY Brockport was on the floor exercise and scored a 48.525. And on beam, SUNY Cortland has a team score of 46.150.
Please note that for the safety of the gymnasts, there will be no flashes on the field level. Competition will now begin with Cornell on vault.
So the touch warm-up has just ended. Gymnasts now are getting ready to compete. We are on balance beam. This is Sydney Beers, a freshman for Cornell University. Back handspring layout for her flight series. Very well done. Round off 1.5 twist for Sydney Beers to start the big red off on the balance beam. Let's take a look at floor. We have Suni Cortland on the floor exercise. Round off double back to start her routine. Finish up her floor routine with some nice front tumbling. Zoe over on the floor exercise for Suni Cortland. Let's take a look at bars. We have Ithaca College, Marlena Bailey, just finishing up her routine. And we are back to beam. This is Eva Fair. She's a sophomore for Cornell. Oh, some balance checks in her flight series. As her dismount left. Oh, a nice duck landing. Let's head back to floor. Bianca Carr, a junior for the Suni Cortland Red Dragons. Opening with some gorgeous front tumbling. Round off 1.5 punch front pike. Oh, just not enough power to get that punch front in after the round off 1.5. Let's take a look at Cornell over on the balance beam. This is Victoria DeMeo, a junior for the Big Red. Back handspring, nicely done. And a great dismount. Taking a look at vault. SUNY Brockport is on vault. That is Lauren Blair, a junior. She is getting ready to go. Let's head over to floor where you see some nice front tumbling to start off her routine. Round off whip into a full, nicely done. And a nice flow routine from SUNY Cortland over on the floor exercise. And taking a look at bars. Ithaca College is over on bars. Oh, an unfortunate fall from that release move. She is going to reach up, get her composure, and then get back on those bars to finish her routine. Let's take a look at SUNY Brockport over on vault. Lakin Sui, a freshman, getting ready to vault. We got a Yurchenko 1.5 in a tuck position. Small hop on that landing, but it was a nicely done vault. Let's take a look at floor. SUNY Cortland is up on the floor exercise. Opens up with an incredible double pike, or double tuck, excuse me. Taking a look at the flight series on balance beam. Oh, and an unfortunate step off. Nice, Yurchenko laid out from Dorothy Wernick, a senior at SUNY Brockport. Let's head over to bars where Ithaca College is up. Ooh, nice Takacha, perfect catch. Back to the low bar. Little short on that handstand. Recovers well, double tuck. Ooh, look at that landing, super stuck landing. Nicely done, Ithaca College over on the bars. And another Yurchenko laid out for SUNY Brockport over on the vault. Let's take a look at beam. The Cornell Big Red is up on balance beam. Oh, and she steps off in her flight series. Oh, and a second step off. Dismount, round off 1.5 with a gorgeous stuck landing. We're taking a look at bars. Ithaca College is competing on bars, moving some mats, springboards, getting ready for the next gymnast while the judges tally the scores. While we're waiting for bars to get started, we're gonna head over to the floor. SUNY Cortland Red Dragons are over on floor. She opens up with just some amazing front tumbling, very great amplitude. Round off 1.5 front layout. And that was Cameron Rodriguez, a senior for SUNY Cortland, on the floor exercise. Let's take a look at beam. Cornell University is competing on beam. A little bit of a balance check on her full turn. But a gorgeous dismount. Good landing, too.
I just wanted to see.
Let's take a look at the floor exercise where Abby Bang, a junior, is getting ready to start her routine. Opening with a sky-high double pike. Abby, second pass, a double tuck. Ooh, an unfortunate fall. Looked like her foot just slipped right out from under her. Let's head over to beam. Just in time to see a great save on her flight series. Back handspring layout. And an aerial full twisting dismount on the balance beam. And let's take a look back or some highlights on the balance beam, the Cornell Big Red. Let's take some look at the highlights from the vault rotation. SUNY Brockport was competing on vault in this third rotation, and here are their best moments. And let's take a look at Ithaca College's highlights from bars.
Gymnasts, please report to your next event. Cornell will be on the floor. Cortland will be on the vault. Brockport will be on the bars. And Ithaca on the beam. There will be a 2-minute transition time and a 4-minute touch preceding each event. Today, all 4 events will be held simultaneously.
And here we go. Let's take a look at the best highlights from the floor exercise. SUNY Cortland. The Red Dragons were on the floor.
Top 5 scores counting toward the final team score. At the conclusion of each event, the teams will be allowed to put up a maximum of 2 gymnasts to perform an exhibition routine that will not count towards the team score. The exhibition scores will be flashed, but not put on the scoreboard.
And here in Ithaca, New York, we are 3 rotations in of our quad gymnastics meet, collegiate women's gymnastics meet. As they are rotating and getting ready to warm up for their 4th and final event, we're going to step away and we'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Ithaca, New York, Newman Arena, where we are just finishing the touch warm-ups of the 4th rotation of this quad meet. Competing today, we have SUNY Brockport Golden Eagles, we have the Ithaca College Bombers, the SUNY Cortland Red Dragons, and your host school, the Cornell University Big Red. As we are moving into the 4th and final rotation, let's update you some scores on what just happened in the 3rd rotation. Brockport was over on vault, and they scored a team score of 47.100. The Ithaca College Bombers were over on the bars and scored a 48.025. Cornell University was on the balance beam and scored a score of 47.650. And SUNY Cortland was on floor with a 46.150. Over on floor, this is Victoria DeMayo, a junior for the Big Red. Round off 1.5 punch front in the tuck position. And a great routine from Victoria to start off Cornell on the floor exercise. Let's head over to the bars. Taylor Brushy, a sophomore for SUNY Brockport. Nice transition. Nice full to a double back. A great way to start off the Golden Eagles on bars. So let's take a look at floor. Cornell University is up on floor. This is Melanie Stone, a sophomore for the Big Red. Oh, and she opens up with great double back. Front tumbling for her second pass, little short on that landing. One and a half through a punch front. Melanie Stone, a sophomore for the Big Red on floor exercise. Getting ready to mount the beam, Ithaca College. Back handspring layout for her flight series is very well done. Small step on that dismount, but that was a nice routine for Ithaca College. Let's take a look at floor. Calissa Brady, a sophomore, getting ready. She opens up with an exceptional front tuck through to double back. Look at those jumps. Those have great height in them. Double pike with a stuck landing to finish off her routine. And that was Callista Brady, a sophomore for the Cornell Big Red on floor exercise. We're looking at bars. Great height on that release move. Heading back to low bar, back up to the high bar. Nice handstand. Right into her double back dismount. Gorgeous landing. You can't ask for more than that. That was nicely done by Suni Brockport on the uneven bars. Let's take a look back at beam. Ithaca College is up on beam. Front full for that dismount. That was a perfect landing. Katie Michelini, a freshman for the Big Red, getting ready to start her floor routine. She opens up with a double pack. Great amplitude on that. Gorgeous front tumbling for her second pass. Round off 1.5 twist to a front layout. And that's Katie Michelini for the Cornell Big Red on the floor exercise. Let's take a look at vault. We have Suni Cortland competing on vault. On another front. Big step on that landing. Those are tough. Those are blind landings. Very difficult vault to do. We are back to floors. Sydney Beers is up for the Big Red. Wow, punch front through a sky high, double back in the pike position. Great way to start off her floor routine. handspring double back. Again, just amazing amplitude on those. High fives from her teammate. Great floor routine. Over at floor, Miranda Lund, a senior, getting ready to go. And she opens up with some gorgeous twisting in her first pass. A solid routine for the Cornell Big Red. And let's take a look at beam. Ithaca College Bombers are on the beam, getting ready to go. Let's take a look at the floor exercise. Cornell Big Red over on floor. Opening up with a nice, double pike. She must have landed short. Let's head back over to beam. Ithaca College Bombers getting ready to go on beam, waiting for that judge's salute. And here we go. We got a salute from the judge. Getting ready to see her mount. Nice punch front. Oh, right into a standing tuck. Very difficult to do, and that was well done. And a nice front 1.5. Gorgeous routine. That's Jillian Freeman, a freshman competing for Ithaca College. We're going to head back over to floor. Double pike to open up her routine. Round off 1.5 through that front layout. Just didn't get enough airtime. Had to sit that down. And that was Cornell Big Red on the floor exercise. Heading back to the balance beam, Ithaca College, Amelia Bailey, a freshman, just waiting for the judges to salute so she can mount the beam and show off her routine. You can see the judges there conferencing. They must have had a question about the score. Judges have to be within a certain score range to average those scores. And if they're not, they have to come together and decide about the score to get it within range so they can average it and then flash the score to the gymnast. Looks like they got it settled. We have a beam mount. Gorgeous flight series. Set up for her dismount. Punch. 1.5 with that gorgeous stuck landing. That was Amelia Bailey, a freshman, competing for the Ithaca College Bombers. Kylie Goodwin, a freshman, just mounted the beam for Ithaca College. Oh, didn't quite make it on that flight series, had to step off the beam. Oh, and another step off on her side aerial. Looks like she just didn't get her chest up fast enough. Dismount again, you're in a pike position. Kaylee Goodwin for Ithaca College, just finished on balance beam. Getting ready for the balance beam for Ithaca College is Abby Cheshire, a freshman. Abby, so far, a solid routine. Oh, and then she stepped off. And with that dismount, that concludes our fourth round of this quad women's gymnastics meet here in Ithaca, New York. While the teams are rotating, we are going to step away from college gymnastics and we'll be back right after this. And welcome back to Ithaca, New York, Newman Arena here at Cornell University, where a quad meet just finished, and we are going to take a look at the highlights from this past rotation. Bars highlights comes from SUNY Brockport. And let's see some vault highlights from SUNY Cortland. And let's check out some highlights from Ithaca College on the balance beam. And over to the live shot, to the award ceremony. We are going to turn it over to the floor announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, and now it's time to announce the awards for today's event. First, the individual awards on the vault. Tied for third place with a score of 9.675, Callista Brady from Cornell, Regina Walton from Cornell, and Sydney Beers from Cornell. In second place, with a score of 9.700 from Cornell, Amy Kruger. And in first place with a score of 9.800 from Brockport, Sydney Shoemaker. Individual scores for the bars are as follows. Tied for third place with a score of 9.750, From Brockport, Taylor Bushy, and from Ithaca, Nicole Lonsky. And tied for first place with a score of 9.775 from Brockport, Gabby Gare, and from Ithaca, Zoe Kyriakopoulos. On the beam, all tied for second place with a score of 9.800 from Cornell, Ava Fair. From Ithaca, Amelia Bailey. From Brockport, Natalie Galiotto. And from Brockport, Alexis Castellaneta. And in first place, with a score of 9.825, from Cornell, Victoria Di Meo. On the floor, in third place, with a score of 9.825, from Cornell, Kate Michelini. And tied for first place with a score of 9.900 from Cornell, Calista Brady. And from Brockport, Alexis Castellaneta. For the all-around scores, in third place with a score of 36.500 from Cortland, Delaney Brown. In second place with a score of 37.900 from Ithaca, Sky Cohen. And in first place with a score of 38.800 from Cornell, Sydney Beers. And now for the team results. In fourth place with a score of 181.900, Cortland. In third place with a score of 190.825, Ithaca. In second place with a score of 191.60, Cornell. And in first place with a final score of 192.425, Brockport. Come out and support the gymnastics team in their last regular season home meet of 2022. The Big Red will be hosting the Springfield College for Senior Day on Sunday, February 20th at 11 a.m. here in Newman Arena. And then in April, we'll be hosting the USA Gymnastics Collegiate National Championships. 3 days of competition will crown the national team champion as well as individual event champions. Competition will be held Friday, April 8th through Sunday.
So for women's collegiate gymnastics, I am Jamie Jett saying so long from Ithaca, New York, Newman Arena, where the final score is SUNY Brockport takes the top spot with a score of 192.425. Cornell University, the runner-up today, with a score of 191.60. Ithaca College coming in third place with a score of 190.825. And SUNY Cortland taking fourth place with a score of 181.900. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app.